Hi guys, it's B. So I'm just here to talk to you about the Victoria Beckham collaboration with Estée Lauder and just show you the products and do some swatches and stuff and just have a chit chat about it. I've done a very simple, natural look using the products because lots of people have asked me what I think of it, and they've said, oh, it's really full on, smoky eye and not very wearable. And I think you can go from a very natural look using the products the way you normally do your makeup right through to copying the four like editorial looks that she's put together, and it's really fun, and I've really enjoyed experimenting and doing my makeup in ways that I wouldn't normally do. And yeah, so I just thought I would have a little chat with you. To start off with, it's a capsule collection. It's not a comprehensive makeup line. There's no mascara, there's no pressed powder, there's no foundation. Obviously she's done this with Estee Lauder. They have a full, well-established line of all those things, and I think that they're thinking that people would just use items from that line or items they've already got, and they've just done the kind of colour collection, very seasonal. The whole ethos of the collection is this not trying too hard, slightly sweaty skin, very kind of dewy skin with very smoky, smudgy eyes in lots of grey and black kind of shimmer and stuff. But there are other things as well that are more wearable. And she's done like a New York look, which is with a blue, electric blue on the eye and then very nude lips. There's the Paris look, which is like a dark tealy black liner with a very kind of orangey red lip, which is the one that doesn't really suit me. And then the LA look is just very neutral, bronzy, kind of like this, but obviously done and applied in a more editorial, edgy way. And then the London look, which is lovely, which is a very, very dark, smoky eye with a very nude lip and some nice highlighter and bronzer on the cheeks. So you can either buy, when you look on the Estee Lauder website, they've grouped the products into those four looks, so you can just buy the key items to create that look if you like. So I think that's quite a fun way of doing it. Or you can just look at the collection as a whole and pick the things that you think would work with how you do your makeup. So if you buy the items from Estee Lauder directly, you will get this type of packaging. So it's a magnetic flip-top box, a bit like the Chanel Classic box. And if you're buying anything as a gift, I highly recommend that you do buy directly from Estee Lauder, because that's the only place that has this packaging, and it is really smart. I think if you gave someone this black box with even just one of the items from the collection in, who's a makeup fan, that would make a really good Christmas present. And maybe at the end of the video, I'll talk about the things that I think would suit everybody and would make good presents, and the things that perhaps are a bit more niche that you really need to try on yourself and decide for yourself. So there you go. If you buy it from Net-a-Porter, Harrods or Selfridges, you'll just get their normal generic packaging. I saved one of the outer packets. So for example, the eye palette came inside this box, so the packaging is black and gold as well and really nice, and that came inside that box with like black tissue paper. And also if you buy from Estee Lauder, you do get quite a lot of, just move this out of the way, you do get quite a lot of free samples and good ones you can choose. So I've got a lot of, because I've bought quite a bit of this collection, I've now got loads of travel size Estee Lauder skincare, which is nice. Excuse the sniffing and the coughing. I'll do my best. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the items that I have and what I'm wearing today. I'm just going to get it all together. I'll start with the face products, then do eyes, and then do lips. Okay, so the first and kind of hero product, in my opinion, of the line is the Morning Aura cream, and this is a white cream. It is kind of highlighter-ish, but it's not full-on. If you're looking for something like a Beckham liquid or the Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury that will really give a highlight in liquid form, this is not that. But I knew that before I bought it because I did my research, and that's not what I wanted it for. So it gives a slight pearly sheen to the skin, but it looks best applied either straight onto your face before you do your makeup. It tightens and lifts a little bit, like a kind of mild version of the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm, but without being so tightening. And then it makes your makeup go on really nice over the top. So if you have dry skin like me, it helps to create that smooth, supple skin. It's nice mixed in with foundation. That's how I did it today. I mixed it in with my Touche Eclat foundation, which I'm really into at the moment. You can also do one pump later in the day and tap it over the face. If you're feeling dry or a bit dull, it just adds that luminosity back in, you know, for your kind of mid-afternoon slump that your face might be going through. So I actually think, even though this is really expensive, I think it is really worth the money, and I think this makes a luxurious gift. But you just need to know maybe what the person's skin type is like. So if you're someone who has oily or combination skin and you apply matte makeup and long wearing makeup because you're actually trying to get rid of shine, I'm not sure you need this. When I first started using it, I was using my normal amount of Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream and then this and then my foundation, and my foundation was like sliding around over the top, and was finding I couldn't get it to really set, and that's because I was using too much moisturizer and too much of this. So less is more. One pump is enough to give this, I mean, I'm not very well, but I've really got a bit of glow, but it's like a healthy glow rather than shine, and I really like that. So that's the first product, and I really love that one. I give that one a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing that I don't like about it is that there's no lid, so you can see the manky kind of product around here after a while, which is a minor thing, and it's very expensive. But other than that, I think it's amazing, and there's nothing else quite like this. The next face product I also have, and that's the highlighter. So what you're looking at is a full-size compact, lovely packaging, very heavy and substantial. It's very similar to the Tom Ford in that you've got this ridged kind of design. This is kind of in a semi-matte like leather look. I don't know if it's real leather. I don't think it is. It does smell of leather, kind of made to look like leather, and but the click is quite soft. So I like the way the Tom Ford is just a bit more sleek, and you have the branding like written here, but this is nice. It's really, the black and gold is really nice. It's just so heavy and vintagey that I'm not sure I would take this out with me in my bag, because it would make my handbag really heavy, but whatever. So this is the highlighter, and it just comes in one shade, Modern Mercury, and it is a soft coppery rose gold highlighter. Now it does look like it's very pigmented, and a lot of people are like, well, that's too dark to put up here on a pale person, but it's honestly not. So if you tap a brush into it, tap off the excess, and just up a bit more, and just take it obviously up here, it's very subtle. You don't really see that rose gold kind of pigment, but if you can build it up more. So what I've done today is I've used one of the eyeshadows that I'll show you in a minute, and then I've actually got a bit of this on a 217, and I've taken it over the center of the lid to give a pretty shine. And so it's quite wearable. You can use it on the eyes, on the cheeks. There's no blusher in this line, there's just a bronzer and this. So I have kind of not used blusher while I've been experimenting with these products, and I actually quite like not having a blusher. So you just need to maybe apply the bronzer and this more liberally, because otherwise you're going to have a gap here. So I've been taking the bronzer more in towards where I put my blusher, and then I've been highlighting very sheerly up here, but sometimes I've almost used this like a blusher and put it right on the apple of my cheek. So very nice multi-purpose product that you can really experiment with. It looks really good as well, dotted on this inner corner for a bit of shimmer and shine there, and you can build that up to be quite fierce. So this, again, I really recommend. So the highlighter and the bronzer are the same size. You get 7.5 grams in each one, and they are £48. I don't have the bronzer yet, but I have ordered it. It just hasn't come yet, and I just wanted to do this video because I've been promising it for ages. So it'll probably come up in a future favourites or something like that, and I'll show you the bronzer. It's called Java Sun, and it's quite a deep bronzer, but I think because there's no blusher, you really need something for definition and warmth and stuff, and I quite like the shade. So anyway, that's the highlighter. So there's only 3 face products: the Morning Aura Cream, the highlighter, and the bronzer. So moving on to eyes. The eye palette is the kind of cornerstone of the eye collection. So it's a 6 eyeshadow palette, and it's the same size as the compact for the highlighter and the bronzer. And here it is. This is one of the most recent things. I bought this about a week ago. I'd started off with just some of the singles, but everything else in the eye collection is super shimmery, almost glittery, in that you can see particles of glitter, which I really like in the evening, but it's too much for the day. So I just wanted to try these more wearable, very autumnal shades, and I'm not disappointed. This too is £68, like the Morning Aura, and at first I was like, wow, for a 6 eyeshadow palette, that's crazy. But it's kind of the same price as the quads from Tom Ford, and I think this is great. I think the selection of colours is great. I know a lot of people have criticised that they feel that there's not that many that are really wearable and neutral, and that there's no mattes. I'm finding I don't need anything else because I don't do my eyeshadow in that conventional way anymore, where you have a wash of colour over the lid, something darker in the crease, and then something neutral and light to like blend it away. I just do one colour that I like, and you know, maybe occasionally something light up here or something smudged along the lash line. I don't do proper full-on eye looks, so this is fine for me just to use 1 or 2 colours. And you can always use something matte like the Naked Basics to make this more wearable and tone down the shine. But they have like, I'll just swatch a couple of them. They have a bit of shine, but and shimmer, but it's definitely a lot more wearable than all of the other eye things. So if that's more suitable for you, look at that. They're just so nice. They're soft. They're kind of interesting colours, but they're wearable. The only one, obviously, that is a bit scary at first sight is the blue, but I actually played around with that last night and found ways of doing it just around the inner corner or in a liner way, you know, in through the lashes or whatever. Especially in summer, I think that I will probably actually love that blue. So that's the eye palette, and you do get like an overlay with the colour names, which I'm keeping in there because I don't want the palette to get really messy. But I really don't regret that, and I actually think that that's another thing that would be a really good gift, because I think most people that like wearing makeup would enjoy this, especially at this time of year with those rich colours. So onto the eye singles, and that's where it gets a bit confusing to me. There are various things. So there are 3 single compacts like this. This one is one of 2 eye metals, and I chose the Bitter Clove, which is the bronzy one. A few people, friends of mine, have said that they were disappointed when they received this because they thought that it would be more pigmented in terms of a brown eyeshadow and there'd be less shimmer. But I actually really like this because I've got the palette. I can use this on top to add something a bit more for like evenings. So it is quite pigmented, but you're right, you need to be careful how you apply it. You will get fallout. It really catches the light. Yeah, when I apply this, I tend to not do my concealer and stuff under here until afterwards. So I'll go in with one of these little wipes and do a bit of cleaning up and do my concealing and stuff, because you will find as well over the evening you'll have a few little bits of glitter around, but that doesn't bother me. I tend to apply it with my finger because you just get loads of the colour packed and then press it on to the eyelid. I'm not going to do it now because I'm going out just to do errands and I don't really want to have a full-on makeup look. But when you shear this out and blend it out, it starts to get this really nice sheen and shimmer. You can see the glitter there. So it's a really nice kind of party makeup thing. But yeah, on its own as a day eyeshadow, it is too much. But that's just for me. If you like shimmer and shine and glittery looks just all the time, it looks pretty, but it's just not for me in the day. So I think for £36 for a single eyeshadow, this is one of the things that I think is definitely not for everyone, and that's a lot of, I mean, all of it's expensive, but for the price of less than 2 of these, you can have the 6 shadow palette, and I think that actually works out as better value. But I'm glad that I've got one. I definitely don't feel the need to get the other colour, which is like a teal, because there's a dark green in that palette. I don't feel the need for a really glittery teal. It's beautiful, but it's not something that I would wear on a regular basis, so I'm happy that I just have the one, and I think I chose the right one for me. So there are 2 other shadows that look like this. There is the teal one, which is like a blackened teal. It's not bright in any way. And they use that in the Paris look to line, and it is nice. And then there's another one which is black, but that's not the same formula. There are 2 eye metals, and then that one is an eye... Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting. So it's not a foil, it's not a metal, it's the eye... I can't remember, I'm really sorry. But it's basically, looks exactly the same as this, except it's like a real deep black grey. It's really lovely actually, and who knows, I might get that eventually. But if you want to create the smoky eye that goes really dark, you've obviously got the liner and the foil, which I'll show you in a minute. There is a dark grey black shade in here. But actually out of the 6, it's probably the weakest in terms of pigmentation. So if you want that really smouldering kind of blacked out look, can you see it actually doesn't go on really richly, really dark, which is fine because it's kind of wearable. But the other one, the one that's got this sort of pressed gel texture, different from the 2 eye metals like this, is like a crushed black pearl effect, and it's really nice. And it's probably slightly easier to apply than this next product that I'm going to show you. So I might get that, but I think that's something that's like something you'd only wear if you're going on a night out or something like that. It's quite full on. I must, at the end of the video, I will maybe just check what that's called and let you know. So there are 3 eye singles like this. The bitter clove, the teal one, and then the black one. But the black one, again, is a different formulation. It's a lot more, it won't fall out as much. It's like a pressed gel. Anyway, then they have these 2 eye foils, which I was just really curious about, and so I just bought one just to see what it's all about. And I'm still not sure about this product. So this one is in the dark version called Burnt Anise. There's also a light kind of gold white one, which would be really nice for like a light ethereal kind of party eye. Very, very shimmery and stuff. Or you can use that one as a wash over your existing eyeshadow. But I got this one. So you can apply this in 2 ways. You can apply it in like a thick line, and you can see there that it's like very reflective kind of gunmetal shade. And I have done that, but I do tend to transfer that onto a liner brush to do that, because I find this doe foot a bit clumsy, and you get a very thick look that you can't taper at the end, you know, so it disappears into a little point. The other way, which I find really hard to achieve, but I really like it, and I've seen other people do this in videos, is to apply like a sheer wash. But even doing it on the back of my hand, I do find it quite hard to get that to look even. To me, that looks quite patchy. If you can apply this to damp skin, it looks better. So I have actually misted my eyes with Fix Plus and done that, and then like rubbed it in with my fingers, but then you have to go around the edge with a cotton bud and clean up. So it's not low maintenance, it's not quick and easy in any way. I've seen people put this on a brush and use it as a topper over eyeshadow, but I felt that when I was trying to blend it, it was moving the shadow underneath. So I find I'm using it this way, but this way isn't working out for me unless I experiment a bit more. But as you see, that shine when you move is really pretty. The other thing you can do is you can dot some Vaseline over the eye if you want that whole sweaty eye thing that she's on about, and then press this on and just almost just stipple it on, and that looks pretty cool, but it is a little bit edgy. And then you probably need like full-on false lashes and black liner to like carry that off. So that's not like one of the more everyday wearable products. Once it's on, it will not move. So this I wore the other day as a thick line, and when I took it off at 11 o'clock at night, I had nothing transferred down here, but I just can't really pull this whole thing off. I need to experiment a bit more. You don't really get fallout, even though it's really shimmery, because it's in a liquid base, so it's maybe a more long wearing and easy to manage than the eye metals. So that's the eye foil. There are 2 of those, I've got 1. And then the last eye product that I've got is the dual-ended liner. So you've got a black kajal on one end and a which is called Black Saffron, and then a vanilla, which is a light peachy pencil on the other end. So the peachy one looks like this, and you just use that to brighten in your lower waterline. I've just got it all over my lashes, so that was a really stupid idea. Just brightens a little bit. It could be a bit lighter. It's almost the same colour as it's very flesh toned. So I think if you had a deeper skin tone, it might offer more brightening, but it is nice. I like the fact that they're both in one pencil, but I maybe would have preferred just a full size of this, because I think this is very smudgy and amazing and soft and lovely, but I'm going to use it up quite quickly. You're going to have to constantly sharpen this. But this is the Black Saffron, and this is the most intense eye pencil I have ever come across in my life. It's so pigmented and soft, and then you can just smudge it out. It's lush. So a friend of mine was saying she couldn't get on with this pencil because it was just so smudgy and messy. If you are finding that, then the best thing to do that I have found for a very subtle line, which you can barely see like I've done today, is just take a smudger brush or a flat like liner brush, take it over the pencil. You'll get loads coming off. It's not a hard dry pencil. And then you can just kind of go in and press that into the lush line, and then maybe a bit here, and then you're controlling it. Whereas a lot of people I've seen who've done like Get Ready With Me's using these products have gone straight onto the eye, almost dotted it on, and then used a brush or their finger to smudge it. But you might have to do more correcting mistakes and stuff that way. So those two together make it more wearable for me. Okay, so that's it. So just to summarise with the eyes, there's the big eye palette, then there are these 3 singles, 2 foils, which are kind of, I'm not really sure how I feel about those. They're innovative and fun, but then a bit tricky. You know, other cream shadows are easier to just blend. You don't get much playtime. You almost get no playtime, and then they just set. But they are, you can achieve some really nice looks with those. So it's just whether you're up for experimenting, or if you really need like quick 5-minute makeup, then I would not bother with those. And then there's the liner. Onto lips, there's just 4 lip products, 2 lipsticks, of which I have 1 so far, a liner to match the nude lipstick, and then there is like a gloss, which is a very sheer beige kind of gloss, which you click like a touche éclat pen thing, and a little bit of gloss comes out on the brush, and that's just to add extra shine to the nude lipstick. I'm not sure I need that. I don't like anything sticky on my mouth, and some people have said it's quite a sticky formula, so I don't think that one's for me. So the lipstick that I've got is number 1 Brazilian Nude. So the nude one comes in the black and gold, and the red lipstick comes in a completely gold lipstick like that. So this one is the Brazilian Nude. It looks like this. It's a bit mangled because my baby got hold of it. I'm wearing it now, but I'll put some more on because I've been chatting away. It's a very different nude to any other nude lipstick that I've got. So I was a bit scared at first and didn't order it, and then I saw various people use it, and it just coordinates so well with the cheek products and stuff. It just makes it look like a matching look, and so I went for it, and I don't regret it at all. I've never gone with a nude that's so kind of tan or yellow undertoned, but I think it's actually quite flattering, especially if you do the really strong eye looks. This is just really makes your mouth look finished, but without looking like it's competing with the eyes, so I really like it. The packaging, a lot of people have said they think this is really cheap feeling compared to the luxuriousness of the other products. I don't really get that. It's small. I don't know if the lipstick itself is really small. I can't see anywhere. It doesn't give you any details about how many grams you get or anything on this thing. So it's small, but I don't think the lipstick bullet is that small. I think it's just that the packaging is the same as the original old Estée Lauder lipstick packaging, and this is quite retro, this packaging, so I think that's why they've done that. I like small packaging because I use a mini pochette for my daily essentials, and I don't want bulky things in there, so I quite like the slimness of this packaging. As I said, there's another lipstick, there's a liner. This is very sheer, so if you wanted more of this tan look or nudie look, the liner would give more kind of a solid colour in this kind of nude Brazilian nude colour. But when I'm doing a nude lip, I don't really feel the need for liner on the whole. I'd rather just keep applying and do it in a very messy, I'm not so worried about the edge and stuff, so I'm not bothering with the liner or the gloss, but I do want the red lipstick because it's like a fiery orangey red, which really goes with blue eyes, and I don't have anything like that. All my reds are fire engine reds and cherry reds. So yeah, the bronzer and the lipstick are next to come, and then I really should stop. So I'm just going to run through one more time with the prices because I haven't said all of them, and then at the end I'll insert some really badly shot, badly lit clips from last night of the different looks. You just have to accept that I'm not a professional and all the rest of it. So the Morning Aura cream is £68. I give this 9.5 out of 10. I think this would make a luxurious Christmas gift for any lady who hasn't got really, really oily skin. Anything from normal to dry would be fine. Then next you've got the Modern Mercury highlighter. That's £48. Again, I give that a 9.5 or even a 10 out of 10 actually. It's beautiful. It's not loads of fallout in the compact. It's just an exquisite colour. It's not like anything else that I've got. And it's multi-use. You can use it on the eyes and stuff. So that's lovely as well. The eye palette, again, is £68, which is quite steep, but the colours are exquisite and you can really experiment and have fun with that. And the packaging is just lovely if you're getting any of this for anyone as a gift. The single eye products, so the 2 eye metals and then the eye metals, eye foils. I can't remember what the black one's called, but there's also a black one that's a different formula that's like a gel. Those are all £36, which I think is a little bit steep for a single. The foils are 26, I believe. So there's this black one, blacky grey one, and then there's like a gold pale one, which I don't have. The dual-ended liner is really actually a really good product. You just need to play around. If you like Kajal already and you like a really, really pigmented black smudgy eyeliner, this won't scare you. But if you're used to a very neat eyeliner pen, you might need to play around with this a bit and get used to it. But I like the way it's dual-ended. That one's £22. The lipsticks are 36, the same as the eye singles, which again I think is really steep for a lipstick, but I've worn this every day since I got it and I really love it, so to me it's worth it. I wouldn't buy this or any of the other lip products as gifts because the colours are not very universal. Not everyone's gonna like this type of very kind of tan browny nude, but I do. And the red again is a very orangey red, so if you know that people like their reds to be more in the fiery poppy kind of tone, then that would be an exciting gift for someone. I've bought 2 of the lipsticks as gifts for Christmas, but I know who I'm buying for. I know they'll like them. And again, the liner that matches this and the kind of gloss, I guess it would make a nice gift to buy the 3 together, but you'd have to know that the person would like this colour. So that's all the things that I have. I'm sure I'm going to end up with all of it by the end of the year because I don't know the status of this collection, if it's limited or if she's going to actually do it seasonally and change the colours. My favourites are the Morning Aura Cream and that highlighter, but I love all of it. The only things that I slightly regret, well, regret's a bit strong, I would swap these for the lipstick and the bronzer that I've ordered, and I could live quite happily without these, but they are fun, and that is the foil is very glittery and the eye metal also very glittery, but they are nice. And I can, like tonight I've got a friend coming around for dinner, and so I might take my hair down and like straighten it and then add some more of those shimmery eye things to just refresh my eye makeup, but they're not necessary. Anyway, I'm going to go now because this is long enough. I hope I've remembered to cover everything. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll get right back to you. If you want me to do any more videos applying the products or whatever, please like if you liked this video and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next with my October favourites. Bye. So here is like the Paris look. I've lined my eyes in dark green and I've got a red lip. I think my red lip is not as orange toned as the one in the collection, but that's this look. Obviously I'd have my hair did and that'd be for an event or something, but I actually probably wouldn't have that much eye stuff going on and a red lip. No. So this is the New York look with the blue. Not that wearable for me, but I would use it maybe in a more subtle way. And this is my favourite, which is the London look, which is a very dark, smoky eye and quite not much bronzer or anything on the cheek, and the nude lip. And I've worn this a few times. I find it quite easy to do. I use these 2 shades, this one and this one, and then I used some of the eye foil over the black kajal, and then I used the Modern Mercury highlighter to do the inner corners and just put a little bit to highlight the face. and I've worn this look a couple of times for evenings and I've really enjoyed it. The harsh lighting isn't helping, but yeah, so I've really enjoyed trying to do the looks, and it's made me experiment a bit. So I'm sorry this video was so long overall, but I just really wanted to play with the products and include as much detail as possible. And yeah,